Let's turn a little. Just a bit, just a bit. I think I'm in the middle. Now, I need to connect on my phone so I can see what everyone's saying. Give me just a second and we'll get started. If I can find... There we are. Oh, gonna turn my volume. Ooh, my internet's doing really good today. The audio is playing pretty quick from where it's recording. Okay. Let's see if we hear anything. Aha! Yes! Hello! Woo! Drogoth and Honey Pop. Interesting name. Honey Pop. I like that. Well. How's it going, guys? Thought this would be a good time. I haven't made a video in a little while. Just haven't had the drive. I've been dealing with some personal stuff, you know, no more than what a lot of other people are going through with, you know, what's going on with the virus and all of those things, getting the Rona. I haven't gotten it. Although the line of work that I'm in, I would be shocked if I hadn't been exposed over and over. Sometime if I had a genuine reason, I would try to get the blood test for the antibodies. Ironically, I can legally draw my own blood, so that would be interesting to see if I had the antibodies. And my mother and I we both work in the medical, so yeah, so you probably both have been exposed several times. Oh, let's see what we got. Generic Legoshi boy. Oh, guy. Sorry. Blind Derg. And he says, bonjour. Ooh, très galant. And Jellin? Is it Jellin the deer? I know who you are, I just don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm going to call you Jellin. I like that. And hola. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien. ¿Y tú y usted? Bien? Más o menos? Sí? No? Well, I hope it's good. And that's about the extent of my Spanish. Honey Pop. Ooh, what's cooking? Well, what did I have today? Oh, I had a breakfast sandwich. I'm pretty big on the breakfast sandwiches, so that's what I usually have in the morning. I like that. And something that consistently surprises me is the big problem with trying to eat vegan is if you try to get some of those vegan substitutes, they do not taste good. Like vegan cheese, there's some vegan cheddar, when it's melted, it tastes fantastic. But you gotta shovel that stuff down your gullet before you realize what's in your mouth. It didn't particularly taste very good. So they're not very good with that. But one thing they have nailed is the bacon. Ooh, yes, they definitely nailed that. If you're vegan or vegan, vegetarian, and you're just aching for some bacon, yes, you're welcome for that, by the way. Morningstar makes amazing bacon. And it's going to get hot in here, so I'm going to open that up. Close that off. Oh, let's see. There you go. Some of the newer stuff is good. Very true. Let's see. Oh, Drogoth. Doing well. Just going through. I have some stuff I have laid over here that I wanted to just show and talk about. This is kind of an ASMR personal hangout time for everyone, whether they're on the live stream or not. Gonna update can't stay very long, but I wanted to, or I stopped in to say hello. Well, that's great. Yeah, always nice to come in and pop in, and this is just going to be uploaded as a video, so you can always watch it anytime that you feel like you want to. That's all good. And yeah, still working on doing the live stream thing. There's a lot of bits and pieces to it that you have to keep working on ironing out, especially when I'm trying to do the gaming stuff. It's not easy. It's like learning another new language. Someone got a bounce. Have a merry 2021, and you as well. Thank you much, Honey Pup, for stopping in. Very nice. So I guess one of the things I wanted to show, I can't remember if I discussed it on my last live stream, but something I've been wanting to get into, and I've just been trying to recapture the drive, so I want to do it, is I've done sculpting of dragons. Nothing super big or incredible. It's just little cartoony stuff, and so I have some of my best ones because I've made quite a few, but I thought that I would kind of show them to you and take a look at it and see what you guys think of them, because I'm pretty proud of them. So, who just stopped in? Ah, the local floof. Well, welcome. I don't have much floof. I just have this. Is that okay? Think that'll be all right? All right, now. So this one was my personal attempt. All of these are done with clay that you bake in the oven. It has the plastic particles, so when you start kneading it, it's super hard. Normally I'll actually put it underneath my butt or my legs while I'm getting my plans sketched out, so then when they're warm it's easier to get it going, and then once you can knead it and it's gotten pretty soft. It never gets super soft, but when you kind of get it all ready to go and you get it where it needs to be when you bake it, it usually stays where it's at. Oh, I think this guy's kind of dusty. Should fix that. Anyway, here's my first one. Black and white are my favorite colors. These are the ones I can see the best. And liked all the intricate horns. I wanted a bunch of horns on it. But yeah, it's not perfect. It's pretty basic. The standard egg shape, and the feet are really basic. I like the basic feet. I think they look well enough. And the eyes are, they're just simple standard eyes. The wings is probably the most difficult part, but it gets more simple when you realize that at least this style of sculpting is kind of like with drawing, where you have your line of action. The main serpentine body is that same thing. It's the line of action that you build off of. Oh, yeah, don't go anywhere now. Don't go flying across the room. Shuttle Realm, good evening. Let's see. Then I shall be looking at your channel. Who be looking at my channel? Oh, the floof. The floof be looking at my channel. Well, I hope you like it. I hope you like it. You wish you had 2K. 2K. 2K? What's 2K? Like 2K games? Like, I heard their last one wasn't very good. Wasn't that wrestling game? I know that wrestling game was on Jim Sterling's list of the worst games for 2020. But heard a lot of the microtransaction practices weren't very good with that. Oh, looks like you guys like it. Well, thank you. You might want to see my channel. Are you poaching my people? Drogoth, are you poaching my people? Nah, I'm just messing. Oh, gotta remember to flick it down. All these ones I missed. Yeah, I was talking to Drogoth. Oh wait. Why do you Why do you touch your snoot? Well, I'm always touching my snoot. Like that. Yeah, see? It's a tick, I guess you could say. Besides, I mean, if you had a snoot, would you not want to boop yourself? Strangely satisfying, ironically. Or unironically. I'm not sure if that's ironic or not. Aw, well thank you, Shadowround. That was very nice. Oh, the booping starts. Everyone starts with the booping. But anyway, so there's the first one. And let's see. Where's my next one? If I wasn't blind, this would be a little bit easier. I don't even know what that is. Oh, okay. Let's see. Nope. I want you over here. I know who you are. Okay, so this one was, since I got a little confidence from that black and white one, another color I like is black and red. And ironically, the one color combination I haven't done yet is black and blue, or any kind of blue. It's kind of ironic now that you think about it. This was my next attempt. I liked him. He turned out really nice. Is that too shadowy? Maybe it's better from back here. Yeah, here's another one that has, I tried multicolored twisted horns on him, so you can see that the horns are just kind of twisted and cut at an angle. And I really like the basic eyes. Basic eyes, I think, worked really well. And, yeah, I tried a marbling effect with the wings on the inside. You can see if there's some marbling on those. And I don't remember if I did it on the other one, but I did plates on him, chest plates. So I didn't do plates all the way down, because otherwise it won't lay flat. And he still don't lay perfectly flat. He still doesn't lay perfectly flat. But yeah, I was pretty happy about how he turned out. I got a lot better with the legs. I really like the legs because you can hide any imperfections when you're attaching them to the body. You can hide them with the wing. And yeah, so I really enjoyed that. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I was really happy with him. It's one of those things when you make it, it looks really good, and then when you put it in the oven, you're like, oh, here we go. Because every once in a while you'll have one that doesn't turn out quite right, and the big one is cracking. So anything that's really thick, like if you take a ball of this, and put that in the oven, if it warms up too fast, or more importantly, if it cools down too fast, when you take it out, the air will make it crack. I did a pumpkin with a snake around it, and he had a glow-in-the-dark tongue and eyes. Gave that to my mom, and the backside of the pumpkin has a very tiny little hairline crack in it, and that's just because I cooled it down too fast. When number one rules with this, when you get these and you're done cooking them and you turn them off, don't open the door, because I'll make it crack. But you just let it cool down really slowly. Usually I had to wait about an hour and a half, or overnight. I just leave it in there overnight and get it the next morning. And it turned out really well. I was very happy with that. Let's go back up. Let's see. Oh, look at all these boops. Look at all the booping. Oh, I'm trying to say it so I don't mess it up. Ah, Shin, you are so cute. Me? Me? No, I'm not. Hook Dragon OC is orange and brown. Ooh, orange and brown. That's kind of a cool color combination. I like that. Orange and brown. Yeah. Yeah. I think that would look really awesome. Orange and brown. I've seen orange and red and orange and black, but orange and brown. I think that would be cool. It'd be very much a Earth style. With all those things there. Yeah, Drogoth. I did watch your videos of your unveiling of your new dragon. I haven't done a lot of watching, but I get major Charizard vibes. Majorly so. And yeah, I thought he looks cool. Even more so because, geez, and you made him yourself. And you be posting, dude. Like, oh my goodness, you're posting tons of content. That's awesome. Keep people coming back wanting to see what's the next thing you're gonna do. That's pretty awesome. Ah, and Doug Lewis enters the party. Hello, Doug. Hello. Helix? Helix? You think I'm cute too? Me? Never. Not me. No. No. Let's see. Hey there. Oh, let's see. Either way, are you a Charizard fan? Yes, I do like Charizard. Um, Unfortunately, when it comes to the starters, Charizard is not my favorite because when I had first played, uh, uh, almost said Dragon Ball, Pokemon Red, I started with Squirtle. So Blastoise is my favorite by far. I like Charizard. Only in the anime he was a jerk. And I hated that. I never understood it because when I had a Charizard in the game, mine didn't act like that. And then you realize it's because he doesn't have the badges, because the badges allowed you to control or make certain Pokemon of different levels obey you. That was your clicking clock in the game to keep you moving forward as fast as possible, so you wouldn't get your level too high before you had your next badge. Yeah, but I'd have to say one of my favorite dragon types would be Noivern. That's the bat one. That one was really cool. Stumbled on him by accident when I got Pokemon X and Y because I had been out of Pokemon for the longest time and thought like to see, what they have now. What are they doing now? So when I saw that and I saw the Noivern, I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. I like that one. So when I play X and Y, I have just Dragon type. That's all I have. And actually, Charizard isn't a Dragon type, is he? He's Fire. Think so, unless you've changed that. Ah, the local floof is back. He be back. You've seen blue and green once. Shadow, so you've seen someone with the blue and green combo. I could see that one being good too. I think that would play an interesting trick in your eye. Make it look interesting. Just noticed I have muscles. Me? Never. Not me. No. No, well, I don't have muscles. Maybe just a little bit. But I'm not super strong by any means. I'm just stronger than I look. Let's see. He has one deer horn and one dragon horn. Me? I have a deer horn or dragon horn? Or is that Drogoth you're talking about? Oh. Is it Kebolds or Kobolds? 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 Well, whatever. I like them. I think they're cute. I think that they're adorable. Of course, it's a lizard-looking thing, so I'm gonna like it anyway. Let's see. Really want to hug you if I see you. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll go to PAX again one day. Never know. Here's a Charizard. I'm not really trying to post a lot. I have busy days at school and part-time work, so I spend my time off making vids. Yes, you do. And you make a lot of content, which is good. I mean, content's good, so people know to keep coming back. Don't follow my example where you do it every once in a while. Oh, Doug Lewis, your favorite dragon Pokemon is Goodra. Oh yeah. Yeah, I see. I know a lot of people that liked Goodra. That was an interesting style. Like, there's just an interesting approach. Makes you wonder. Some of the Pokemon there you look at and it's like, and you were digging at the bottom of the barrel for that one, weren't you? And it's like, Buffy, I'm not Buffy. Well, of course you want to boot me. Everyone wants to boot me. So, Jess, how am I doing? Are we doing well, Jess? Are we doing well? Oh, so back to the dragons. Now that we went over and did chat for a little bit, back to the dragons. So after doing this one, I wanted to do something. My mom loves pink. It's her favorite color. And I thought it was good practice, so I thought I would make a pink dragon. And I had some different, I had some sparkles, and I had some different techniques that I wanted to try on this one. So then I made this girl. I thought she turned out pretty cool. She has some shoulder plates. I decided to try some shoulder plates along with the chest plates for her. And I don't know if it's going to pick it up or not, but she is sparkly. Sparkly, like up in here. These I cut in. They're too square. They should have been rounded. I should have rounded them with my finger. But yeah, it was my first attempt of trying to do almost like eyebrow horns. And then I have a cut, and you see I got the twists in there, and I have them twisted up, and she's got the flare end of the tail. But yeah, she was fun. She was fun doing some of that marbling effect on there, because I have one of those things. It's like a pasta dough flattener thingy press, and so that's what I use with that. She's happy with this one too, and I think those are the glow-in-the-dark eyes. So yeah, they were fun. I used to sell these on Etsy once upon a time. I have some that I sold. I need to go back and I need to start making more. Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, my keyboard is an orange and purple. Ooh, orange and purple. That's nice. Meant to be brown and purple, but I have a Brit brown. So the commission person thought it was orange. Oh, well, that's okay. I think it's sometimes those little accidents turn out pretty good. Like originally, when I was creating and I was having someone draw an art style for Zareth, they accidentally put a little head floof instead of originally he had spikes. He had like a mohawk of spikes. And they changed that, and they were like, "Oh, whoops! I'm so sorry, I messed up." And I was like, "No, leave it. I think that looks amazing." That's also how he got plated horns. The artist wanted to try doing plated horns, and I looked at it and I was like, "Oh, that's really cool." And then that design style stuck. He's got plated horns now. So sometimes when there's little mistakes like that, that can just actually turns out to improve the character. Because I had never thought about doing plated horns or even having the horns black. Originally they were going to be white, but I thought that was too much white here, and I didn't know about having a black mohawk with white horns, so I decided to go with black horns with a white mohawk. And I think that turned out better, because I think he's very unique. You can spot my black horns from a mile away. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see. Peak certainly is good for dragons. Yeah, I think that it was an interesting color scheme for sure. Well, thank you for recommending me, Shadow. That was very nice. Doug Lewis is going to be right back. Main son is a deer cat. A deer cat. Wow. That is an interesting combination. Huh. All I can think of is Louis and that tiger guy mixed together, and I can't see it. I just can't see it. Not that that's a bad design or anything like that. I'm just talking about those two characters merged together. I just can't see. Yeah, Drogoth, you caught it. I almost said happy little accidents. I almost did, and I caught it, and I turned it, and I was like, no one will catch it. And you caught it. Dang it. Oh, keeps resetting. Can you give advice about ASMR micro? Wanted to start my own ASMR, but I don't know what to use as equipment for it. Okay, Jalen. Let's talk about this. So, were you talking about a microphone? Are you talking about a setup? Are you talking about content? Like what ASMR themes should you start with? So tell me which one you're talking about. Oh, go on around the thing. Oh, and we're gonna have a little teaching session here about doing ASMR. Let's see. Linder Spyro reignited. Found my twin, Dee Dee. I eventually want to get Spyro on PC because there's a whole bunch of Nexus mods that look really cool. Kind of make him look neat. So, just waiting for Jelen. He'll answer my question on whether you're asking about questions about a microphone, a setup, or content. So let me know which one you're talking about and I shall elaborate. Okay. In the meantime, the next dragon, and this is the last one that I have with me, I wanted to do a series that was all based on the seasons, and so far I've only done one. I did autumn, and so this is my autumn dragon. So he's more earth colors, some of those golds and browns. He's got a whole bunch of horns. I went crazy on the horns. And his tail is wrapped. It's got little, whoops, try not to bump you. And it's got little leaves and different things. This one was fun. This one took a long time though. This is like probably 4.5 hours, 4.5, 5 hours total, with little breaks and things. But I think he turned out rather well. This one's one of my absolute favorites. But I need to do a winter dragon in spring and summer. I need to do those. I haven't done them yet because I've gotten out of practice, and I'm afraid that if I start, I'm gonna make garbage again. But gotta jump back into it, right? You gotta start somewhere and just get back into it. Kind of rely on that good old muscle memory. Put that over there. Now we got some messages, so let's see what we have. Alright, there's a Spyro 4 in the works with the developers of Crash Bandicoot. Now see, I can't tell whether I'm excited about that or if that makes me depressed. As that Konami has announced that there's going to be a new Silent Hill. And same thing, I don't know how to feel about that when you're in the world of post-cyberpunk, where even the most publicly loved game community or game company can just crash and burn in less than a week. It kind of puts everything else into question. So, I mean, what was the last game I pre-ordered? The last game I pre-ordered was Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but that's because review copies and the embargo lifted 2 days before the release. So after I had seen all of the reviews and they looked good, they didn't sound shady like the IGN and GameStop. Is it? Anyway, but with like IGN's original, but before they edited it, the original Cyberpunk 2077 review just sounded fishy to me, and so went with my gut on that one, and I'm glad I did, because I would have been frustrated spending that kind of money. Oh, let's see. Get to the right spot here. Pokies. Those are those chocolate dipped things, right? That you see anime big guys always eating. I think that's it, right? Oh, there's the cyber one. Okay. All right, here's Jillian's question. Can I please write you in a DM in a Discord? It's kind of hard to explain English speech for me sometimes, and I think I can misunderstand, mishear something. I talked about micro itself. So micro, I'm assuming microphone, thing that you talk into. And honestly, if you're going to start doing ASMR stuff, I'd say there's two things that you need to know. The first one is that, and I'm talking basic. So most of you guys probably already know this. I didn't know about this until I got started. But there's two kinds of microphones. There is a stereo, and there's another kind. I don't even remember what the name of it is. But basically, there's one that records your voice from one direction, and then there's one that records your voice in all directions. So, an example would be like, I'm trying to think of what a good example would be. But anyway, the point is that you want a stereo mic. You want one to where if I move to your left and I talk, it'll come through your headphones. That it's more on the left. Like for you, I think it's gonna be on this. Anyway, on the left hand side, it'll come through more on that side. So then if I move over like I'm whispering in your ear, it'll actually feel like you're being whispered in that ear. Versus the mono, that's what's called, versus like a mono mic, like a shotgun mic. If I'm talking to the side, it will still come through evenly on both ears, and you don't want that. So you can be walking around, or I can make a noise over here, and then you'll hear it as the noise changes. And if you have an iPhone, that is a perfect one to start with. If you have an iPhone, I had a Canon camera, and that's what I started with. And that's something else. Canon camera microphones are stereo mics. So I was actually thinking about getting one, and then I was talking to someone else, and I said, "Hey, why don't you look at these mics and tell me if they look good?" They're like, "Oh no, they're fantastic mics, but they're monos." And I was like, well, I know that there's treatment for that, but how does that work with a phone or with a microphone?" And he said, well, that's because the monos will take your voice from any direction and put it evenly into both of your outputs, like your headphones. But if you have a stereo, then if you lean to one side, it'll be more pronounced in that side of the headphones. And it can also work if you're standing behind the microphone, the listener will feel like something's being said from behind them. And all Canon cameras have that. So before you go and spend $200-300. If you have an iPhone, start with your iPhone. If you have an iPad, start with the iPad. If you have a Canon camera or anything like that, I would start off with that and just let it be fun. You don't want to, spend a bunch of money in this stuff and then find out that it wasn't what you thought it was, and then you have all that wasted money. Start with what you have. And have fun with it. Have fun with it that way, and then let the other stuff come in as they go. Ooh, a little animation while I watch this. Arthur, you do animation? Woo! My goodness, that takes a lot of time and dedication to do that kind of stuff. Woo! That's crazy. Oh, your local floof says Cyberpunk 2077 is amazing. Have they done some of the patching? Has that been patched out? The last thing that I saw was Angry Joe's review, and it was pretty stinking horrible. So I hope that they made it better, and we all know they will. They will make it better, and it will be fine. But I think they just released it too fast. I mean, I'm not a game director, but that's all I can say there. So binaural and a normal one. Yes, the binaurals, those are going to be the really expensive ones. But I would just get a stereo microphone, or just start with what's on your phone. That's what I would start with. Don't don't worry about that other stuff yet, because some of those can't just go straight in. They have to have a mixer, and that it goes way over my head. And I don't, even in my, when I do my focused non-live stream ASMR videos, I don't have the two mics. So mine's just a single onboard stereo. Like, oh, it's someone's birthday. Zach Harris, it's your birthday, huh? Oh, Doug, thank you for letting us know that you needed to clean that. That's nice. Oh, thought it was a video? Lion. That's okay. You can come in and you can see anyway. It's all good. Microphones with mono. Yeah, see, you don't want that. Although, you know what? I think technically a microphone could be infected with mono. Like if someone had mono and they coughed on it, technically the microphone would have mono. And kind of creepily, you could only get it as if you licked the microphone. That's kind of creepy. Now that I think about that, thank you for putting that in my head. Let's see. I'm an animator for life. That's my career. Oh, nice. Animation. Animation's such a big thing. You can have amazing animations, like Avatar: The Last Airbender, and then you can have animation that I don't personally find that amazing, like Steven Universe. Like how the characters just got smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller as the seasons went on. I did finish it though. I did want to see. Some people love Steven Universe and some people hated Steven Universe. And when something's that divisive, I want to see it for myself without either side's input. I just want to see if it's any good or not. Does blind people listening ASMR? I would. If I was blind, I'd listen to ASMR for sure. Be hard to find, but yeah, I would for sure. Can't do full animation. Still doing frame by frame stuff. There's someone on Twitter who does frame by frame animation, and it's really, really good. He did one of it. I thought it was super cool. It was a tell me if anyone knows this guy. I don't remember what his name is, but it was a giraffe at a laundromat, and he was getting clothes out of the dryer and folding them, and he's kind of in the middle side of the frame, and in front of him, not looking at him but looking away from him, is a wolf who's doing the same thing. He's putting his clothes into a washing machine while the giraffe's taking it out of the dryer. And as the giraffe's in there and he's pulling clothes out, he's looking around, and he pulls out a shirt that has a rainbow flag on it, and he just immediately hides it, and he's looking around, and then the wolf on the other side is pulling out a shirt with the non-binary symbol on it, and looks at it, kind of holds it up that he's not hiding it, and puts it in the washing machine. And then the giraffe kind of looks around, opens up the shirt, and then folds it with the flag facing up, and puts it in his laundry basket. I really like that. I thought that was a really really cute little animation. I love little cute ones like that. I thought that was really neat. See if anyone knows what that is. Jib Kobe. I think that's it, actually. Yeah, I think that's the right one, actually. Yeah, his character's a canine, but I'm not sure what kind of canine it is. I just know that that's usually what he has. I think his latest animation is someone that's leaving to get on a plane. They end up missing their plane, and everyone gets angry that the plane's been canceled, and then at night someone gives her a cup of coffee. I think that's supposed to be a little Christmas animation. I think that's what it is. Maybe. Oh yeah, looks like yeah, the one brown fox agrees that it's Jib Cody. Jib Cody, that's what I'm gonna say. It's more of a comic strip. Well, I like the comic strips. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's cool. I think that all of that. The local flu for your trans. Are you really? I never know. Never know. It's on the internet. Oh, good. So the one brown fox remembers that animation. Oh, and Blitz stopped on to say hello. That's nice. Hello, Blitz. Okay, and oh, so I know you guys saw my post about that ring. Well, there it is. You see, it's got a lot of micro bubbles. That's why it's still foggy, and it's not crystal clear. Because when the resin went in, I didn't put that resin cast under pressure, and so that's the reason that it still has its micro bubbles. But I think it turned out pretty nice. Not bad for my first attempt. Yeah, and I made too many faces on it, so it's a little round. But yeah, it's pretty neat. This is just tulip poplar, just really cheap wood to try for my first one. But yeah, it's pretty cool. That was a fun little experience because it's like in probably an hour and a half to 2 hours of just doing sanding and buffing. And I started with, what did I start with? I started with 60 grit and then worked my way to 12,000. And yeah, that took a little while, but it was kind of cool because it starts up and it's all scratched up, and very slowly you make progress until it's pretty clear. That's pretty cool. What is a trans? Oh, maybe it is trans. I'm not super familiar with the flags. I just know, just kind of the basic ones, but I'm not super knowledgeable with all of that. Even with the terms, I'm not super clear on. I mean, non-binary, that one's a pretty easy one. Genderqueer, that's an easy one, but some of the other ones, I don't understand very well, and my understanding, or my lack of understanding, is because I'm not non-binary, so I don't know what that feels like. And if I did, I'm sure I would know that flag intimately. And same thing that if I was trans, I would definitely know that flag by looking at it. And in the area that I'm in, there's not a lot of trans people or non-binary people or anything like that. It's kind of a hick town, kind of. So it makes things interesting. Certainly, for sure, makes it interesting. Let's see. Feminine to masculine. Believe me now. Well, I did not believe you. I didn't think you were lying or anything like that. You're super bored? Why, you be super bored, sir? Oh, Doug Lewis, you're bi, huh? I remember there was a time where bisexual people, at least for a while, were kind of being dogged on social media, that they needed to make a choice, that you can't ride the fence, you have to pick one or the other, you have to be straight or gay, you're not allowed to be bi anymore. And pansexuals had to make the same choice. You can't have both, you have to pick one or the other. I thought that was literally one of the most stupid things I had ever seen in my entire life. Then it's like, so you are literally telling these people they can't be who they are, they must pick something. Huh. I thought I remember there being a discussion with gay people that you had to make a big choice. Either you could be or you couldn't be. You had to make the choice. And it's like, huh. I thought the whole thing is that, at least for me, it's not a choice. So why are you telling someone else that it's a choice and they have to make it? That was truly one of the most stupid things I'd ever seen. I should say what I am, but it's kind of a mouthful. That sounds like you got a lot of labels. A lot of them. Let's see. you could probably buy a small vacuum chamber. So it's actually not a vacuum pressure. It's the opposite. It's actually the pumped in, usually about 20 psi is what I would put that at. Any higher, and I think it would lose what I'm trying to achieve with the pressure, because I don't want to damage it or change, because you know the chemicals change when things are under pressure. I just want enough to where it will help push the bubbles, you know, that kind of thing. But we did find one. It was one for a paint can, like for a gallon bucket of paint, and you put it in there, and that one was 75, I think it was. That was a pretty good price, I thought, for one that can go pretty high. Jordan Polar Bear, how are you today? I'd be doing great. I'd be doing great. Are you bi and asexual at the same time? That would be an interesting combination. Wow. Yep, there's a lot of... See, and then you get into some of this stuff and it just goes over my head. There's a lot of stuff there. Wait a minute. Sorry, I'm catching up. Being a furry is like a new gender. Well, I don't think so. Well, then again, I guess it kind of depends. Okay, this is getting too heavy. We're going to make a turn. So if you had been on my Discord, you would have seen that I had watched the anime Death Note. This is my first time watching Death Note. Last weekend I watched it all the way through, and I can see why it's considered like a classic anime. It's fantastic. Actually, my grandmother's watching it. She found it pretty cool, and I thought it asked some really interesting questions. And yeah, it was a really cool anime, and so I hope I don't get demonetized for this, but I have a Death Note. I had seen half of the anime once before, and I really liked it, and I wanted to do it again. But it's got Kira's symbol. I think you can see that. Yeah, it's got Kira's symbol on it, and it actually has all the rules from the manga in it. And it's, I mean, let's see, like all of these are all rules. Yeah, there it is. And it goes, yeah, like look at all of that. Woo-wee. And it's got some of the names from the anime are written in there. Those two, of course. Lindell Taylor's name's in there. All that stuff. Ray Pember's name is in here. All of that stuff. I was really happy with it. They got all kinds of stuff from the anime in here, and the rest of it's blank. But I thought that was really cool. That's gonna definitely go in my collection of my anime stuff, and it came in a really neat box too. It's got Ryuk and Light on there, and a fun fact is if you watch Dragon Ball Z, you know what? I think I bumped you. Sorry. But if you watch Dragon Ball Z, the guy that does Ryuk's voice is the same guy that does Vegeta and Piccolo in Dragon Ball Z. And if you like Light Yagami, his voice actor, these are the English voice actors, obviously, but the English voice actor for Light Yagami did Adult Gohan in Dragon Ball Z also. So I thought that was really cool. And it's like, oh, would you look at that? That's an what a interesting little coinky dink. Let's see. Uh-oh. Write my dad in it. No. No. No, thank you. Depends on how people perceive being in the furry fandom. I just enjoy the support I feel in the fandom. Well, and I'm glad you do. And I know I've said this before. I don't consider myself a member of the furry fandom. Don't really have any connection to it other than I have a cartoon character that I made, but I made this character long before I knew anything about the furry fandom. I had made this a long time ago, and I always wanted a costume of him because it was just a character that I made when I was really young. And so I didn't make it because of the furry fandom. I felt like the furry fandom gave me permission to actually bring that character out and be able to have him professionally drawn and have a costume made, and that was okay because all of these other people were doing it too. So that means that it's okay. So, but I don't really consider myself a member. I don't go to conventions or anything like that. And if you watch any of my other videos, there's a reason that I don't have a high opinion, but it's the fandom in general. I don't have a problem with individual people unless we have had, just like any other person. You don't just hate everybody you see. I mean, you might say you do, but there's, I don't judge a particular group. I may not like let's see, what's a good example? Like how about smokers? So I don't hate all smokers. I hate the smokers that smoke in places where it specifically says not to. Or, like I wouldn't hate anyone who smokes. I hate people who would smoke in the baby care unit of a hospital. That kind of stuff. So I don't hate the furry fandom. I don't hate the people in the furry fandom. I do hate the people in the fandom that do horrific things, that do illegal things, and that hurt other people. So just kind of, I think everyone would agree with. And um, just me personally, I've had enough experiences that have caused me to distance myself. So I don't judge anyone else who wants to get involved with the fandom, who wants to go to conventions and all that. Go for it. Good. I mean, do it. Yeah. I wish that I could enjoy it the way you enjoy it. It's just not there for me because my experiences have colored my view to where I can't, forget about all of that and just go on with what I know now. But again, those are my personal experiences that I've had, and I hope that none of you have had those same experiences. Let's see. Honestly, just gay, not very complex. Also, furry is a hobby. Well, both, I think we're right about the same when it comes to that. I am as well, and this is, I would say it's a hobby. Let's see, what does the guy in Psycho say? That a hobby is supposed to, what does he say? A hobby is supposed to pass the time, not fill it. That's what he says. So this passes the time, but I don't fill up my time with this. And yeah, I think that was a good example of what. Oh, that was it just. I think that's a good example of what the difference is between a hobby and a obsession, perhaps. I don't know. That's probably a hard word, but you know what I mean. Let's see. Death Note was really good. Yeah, Death Note is really good. It's a definitely I'd call it a psychological thriller. A lot of suspense. There's a lot of stylized action, but if you do it, like I implore everybody, if you want to see Death Note, if you are even the slightest bit curious, please do not watch the Netflix adaptation of Death Note. Please do not watch it. It is absolutely horrific. I know that they were going in a new direction, but to take a smart story and dumb it down is not particularly entertaining to me. I might, it may just because my view's colored because I've seen the original, but please do not watch the Netflix adaptation. If you do, watch it after watching the original Netflix anime, because then you'll understand why people dislike it so much. Some people are able just to put it aside, and that's fine. I will say that it's a bad movie, but I like bad movies too. I like Catwoman with Halle Berry. I enjoy that movie. I don't think it's amazing. But yeah, I'll sit down. I usually watch it once or twice a year just because I think it's funny. I think it was a fun little ride. That's about it. So I don't judge people on what they like and what they don't like. Like I can watch Suicide Squad. I don't think it is the worst movie ever made. I don't particularly think it's a good movie. I just think it is a movie. That's about where I kind of end when it comes to that. Let's see. That's a lot of Discord reaction rolls. I don't know what that means. Wait, oh goodness, my I have to keep flicking it or scrolling down to see the new comments, and I keep forgetting to do that. Let's see. Let's see. Zarth is just a sweet and cute boy. Seriously, one of the probably no one with you probably using to say one of the best. Well, that was very nice of you. Oh, let's see exactly. Here we go. You don't have to do anything to be considered in the fandom. Personally, I think the furry fandom is like a spider web that connects a lot of stuff together. See, and that's something else too, is that not everyone has a definition of what the furry fandom is. Seems to mean a whole wide variety of things to a whole wide variety of people. Which is interesting. It's interesting to see how it's morphed over time. How it was when I got started to what it is now. And I have to say the two big things that really got me, the big thing that really got my mind going that maybe things were changing, and that's when the Ranting Griffin got his show canceled for Anthrocon, and that really upset me because it was specifically done because people didn't like what he had said, and it's one of those things to where people didn't like what he said, so the Nazi word came right behind it, and people just started calling him that with no proof, no evidence, nothing whatsoever. And the dude's not a Nazi. He is not a Nazi. I don't know how anyone can twist their mind around to truly believe it. So people were using that as a weapon, and he lost his show because of it. And the thing is that they told him that he couldn't be on any stage. And he wasn't at that Anthrocon. He was not on the schedule for his own show. He was supposed to be part of a commie medley between him, Alkali, and Uncle Kage, and what was the other one? The charity show, I think, is what the other one was. But both of them are still on the schedule. Both of them were going to happen whether he was there or not. So removing him, and the official excuse was to save time. When they removed him, the things he was removed from still happened. So how did that save time? And so yeah, that really bothers me when people were using their political power within the organization to push somebody out that they didn't like, and they were flat out allowed to do it, and no one really had anything to say. And I found that really disturbing because I thought this was supposed to be a place where people drop all their stuff at the door, and you're showing your characters, and whether you're a Democrat, a Republican, a centrist, or an independent, or gay, straight, black, purple, whatever, we were all supposed to drop all of that at the door, and then you're supposed to come together as a group to celebrate this common interest, to show, well, here's my personal creation, here's what it means to me, what is yours, and what does this mean? Tell me how this character came about. Where did you get your skills? How did you learn how to write this story, and all those kind of things. And I still think in some places that is what it still is, but over time it seems to have changed. At least that's what I've seen. And yeah, that was a pretty hard thing to watch, really. And it's just not like what it used to be. And it's just Not something I feel like I want to be a part of anymore. Not that again, I do not hate anyone that says that I am a furry and I really love it. Go for it. I do not judge you in one itty teeny bitty little way. Not at all. My personal choices have no reflection on you at all. And I just really want to make that clear. So I think people get really touchy when you say stuff like that. Meaning itself just tweaks its meaning. We've made it about money and status, and you're either an anthro artist or a fursuiter. Now that was always a thing. If you had a costume or a suit, then you were in an elevated status. And some of the fursuiters that I had met, I had seen in other places, and so they presented themselves this squeaky clean image, and it's like, then what is this over here? You didn't think people were gonna find that? Well, you screwed up. So much for being child friendly. And that seemed to happen quite a bit too. A minute. Oh, am I too far up? There we go. 50-50. It's not great. It's not. Yeah, I'd say that's about it. 50-50. I think that's a good assessment. I think that it's both good and bad, and I think that ratio is always going to change. You know, it's a living organization, so I think it's going to have peaks and valleys, just like any other group of people, really. Oh, it keeps pushing me back up. That's interesting. Vote for Burr. Okay. Well, let's see. I also, because of watching Death Note, had some interesting questions about justice and how light justice, in certain people's opinion, is true justice, and L's justice is true justice. So, in going on with that, I decided to get Plato's Republic. It asks some really interesting questions about what justice is when no one's looking. And in the story, one of these Greek people finds a ring that makes him invisible. So basically, you have some kind of object like the Death Note, where it gives you immense power with but being able to remain completely anonymous, and how if you had the ability to be, or if you wanted to be a jerk, and you had a ring that would make you invisible, it would be human nature to do kind of terrible things, and you would probably feel better if you did than if you had this power and decided that you were going to maintain justice anyway, that it would be more difficult for you. And it's like, that's interesting. I found that an interesting thought experiment on if you had the ability to become invisible and do whatever you wanted, would that change you? If you had that kind of power, would that power corrupt you, or would it allow your own human corruption to express itself more fiercely now that you have something that makes you anonymous? And I think that that's an interesting question. It certainly makes you examine yourself, that's for sure. And I like media that makes you think. Every once in a while, I'll just watch something that's just for stupid fun, but a lot of the times I want to watch something or read something that makes you think, makes you ask questions. I think that that's important to always be working inside of your own mind. I think that's how you really get to know yourself. Let's see. Local. You like Death Note? Yeah, it's nice. Rating this channel 5 stars. Thank you. It's very nice. Okay. So now, changing huge topic. one of the videos that I did that was asking, what was asking? You guys had sent in questions. I think one of them is, if I could see a band in concert, what would it be? And Slipknot was the band that I wanted to go see. Um, I had done some research. I know that Joey Jorgensen, that was the drummer for Slipknot, that he had left, and originally they had kicked him out of the band because he just kind of left all of a sudden. And actually, Joey apparently didn't know about it, and he was told through Twitter that he wasn't in the band anymore, and he was really confused about that. Well, from the research that I've seen, it seems that the bandmates were worried that he was on drugs. Um, all of them have been on drugs at least one point or another. I mean, as far as my information that I've been able to find. But one of them, they were practicing, and Joey couldn't come out on his own. Someone had to carry him to his drums, and he couldn't drum very well. And so they figured that he was on drugs. Turned out, though, that that wasn't the case. He has a form of multiple sclerosis. That is a nerve disease that's he's slowly losing ability in his hands, and so he had to bow out. And so certainly wish him all the best. But they were gonna disband because who else could do Joey Jorgensen's drums? I mean, his double bass was absolutely insane. To have both your feet going that fast, I can't even imagine. And so that was kind of sad. When they were apparently for a short time looking for another drummer, and they found Jay, and I think that he's credited with the band getting back together, because if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't have been doing Slipknot anymore. So he's definitely one of my favorites, because without him, we wouldn't have their newest album. You Are Not My Kind. That's the newest album. They have one of my favorite songs on there is Unsainted. That's a really, really good song, and Corey is actually able to do some of his Stone Sour singing, and it's he's got a fantastic voice. The man has an amazing voice. Let's see. First thing I hear is it was on drugs. Oh, but that's funny. All that stuff out of context. Ugh. But anyway, so Jay is someone that I really like, and because I'm a freak, I actually have Jay's mask from Slipknot. So I was able to get a replica of his mask, and it's this is his official one. When he first started, they gave both of them, the new bassist and the drummer, they gave them masks, because apparently their designs were a little cartoony, and they said, you know what, we're going to give you these, and you have these until you come up with your own. And so this was Jay's final design. Let's see, it's got the Slipknot star. It's got some little gashes and stuff there, and then of course you got the mouth with the staples. And yeah, I really like it, and it fits. I have put it on, but I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get some more. Jim Groot or Jim Root. I really like his mask. His looks really cool. It's cool to see how it's changed over time. That was really neat. I like Sean's mask. His is interesting, and I like Corey's new mask that he's wearing now. The removable face one was interesting, but I really like the one he's wearing now, and I think that it maybe isn't hindering him as much in his singing. But yeah, so I have Jay's mask from Slipknot. Kind of cool. It's a latex mask, so yeah, that was pretty happy about that find. And there's actually a couple places you can go and get the masks. I like to get Craig's mask too. The one with all the nails in it. That was pretty cool. Let's see. This is more simple than some of the others. Yeah, it's definitely simpler, but as you see, I'm not super into a ton of detail. I like the simpler stuff. I don't know if it's just because of my own biases or whatnot, but I like them when they're a little bit more simple. I think Sean's are the metal mask he's wearing now, the metal clown mask. That one looks really cool, and he cut off his hair. Oh, Sean cut off all of his hair. His hair's like super short now. I mean, it's fine. It was really long. Like he could get some headbanging going big time. Although I saw a video of Cannibal Corpse, their lead singer, and he's just doing he calls it the corpse grinder, and it's just a headbang in a circle, and he just goes like that fast, and he goes on and on and on, and all I can think of is, dear God, your neck, you poor dude. Of course, then you see them and they got necks like that big, and it's like, aha, now I know why. It's all that headbanging. But you should look that up. Look on, I think it's called The Longest Headbang Ever, and it's Cannibal Corpse live just doing a headbang, and it's pretty cool that he can go that fast. He doesn't look like he's dizzy. He isn't losing his step or anything like that, and it's like, whoa, that's actually a little bit of talent, because I'm getting dizzy watching you. Oh. Dragon. I heard the book was better. I liked the idea, and it's got a dragon in it, so I'm obviously biased towards it. But it's an entertaining movie. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see the other books in movie form, but I was told read the book, and I haven't yet because I've been doing other stuff, and it's hard to get me to sit down and read. But yeah, I do want to read that series. The Pit Dragon trilogy is another really good one. I really like that one. That was the first series of books that I read all the way through that had a dragon in it. Couldn't put it down. I thought it was awesome. Still think about it to this day, actually. Oh, let's see. I'm just going through, seeing what's going on. Let's see. So can you play drums? Oh. I can play the same kind of drums I think Sean could. I can grab a baseball bat and I can hit a empty beer keg. I can do that. Although I'd certainly like to play with the drums. I've never been on a drum set before to where I could actually mess around just to see what kind of different sounds you can make and those kind of things. I would love to do that. I think that would be really cool. Of course, the Slipknot drum set has tons of all custom stuff. It was in I was in the capital city of my state, and when we were going through, we hit a music store, and we went into the drum section, and just the cymbals. This room was like a library, and it was nothing but cymbals. And it's like, oh my goodness. And you could actually walk up and tap them to actually hear, to see what's the right sound you wanted. And there was just a huge ton of them. My favorite cymbals is, most cymbals are like this, right? I like the ones that curve up and they're almost inside out. Those ones make a really, really interesting sound. And of course, Slipknot has a couple of those. So I really like those sounds. That's why I think the drums are so interesting. They make such an interesting collections of sounds. Oh, apparently it went black. Is everyone Can everyone see me? Please tell me you can see me. I think I'm just looking. It looks like I think it's still rolling. I think so. Still rolling? I think so. Yeah. Let's see. There's a black blob over here, and I can't tell what it is. Oh. So, the one thing I hate more than anything else, I think I probably have said this a couple times, but that's moths. I hate moths more than anything in the world. And so my cousin decided to be a little jerk weasel, and he bought a Mothman. And so I have a Mothman. And that's terrifying. That is just creepy and terrifying. Because he knows that I hate moths with a passion. So yeah, decided to get me a black red-eyed Mothman. That thing is stinking creepy. That is really creepy. It's kind of freaking me out. Ugh. Oh, Blitz, you be sneaking boops in, huh? You're sneaking the boops. Oh, so we were talking about Pokemon before. Well, we can't. Let's be nice and let's give the other one attention too. Digimon. That was a fun one. I kind of got in and out of Digimon. I got tired of all the drama. But I like the back and forth, and I do have one favorite Digimon. It's my favorite Digimon by far, and he was a bad guy. But he was my absolute favorite by far. I have had this for literally years. He was expensive. He's dusty. He needs to be wiped off. But that is Black Wargreymon. That is my favorite Digimon by far. Like it's not even a competition. Black Wargreymon. This guy was expensive. Woo! He's from a anime collector shop in Japan. And had him flown in, had to go through customs and all of that stuff. But yeah, he's super cool. Black Wargreymon. I remember that is one of my childhood memories is in the first season of Digimon where they're going up against wherever he is, the Dracula looking guy, and both of the main characters have to be shot by Angemon and Najawomon. They have to be shot in the back, and that forces Agumon and the other one. Don't remember the other one. Oh! I know Agumon's owner had the crest of courage. The other one had the crest of friendship. And it was his that turns into Were-Garurumon? Is that it? I think I have that right. Were-Garurumon. His was the wolf that had all of the missiles flying out of it. And then Agumon warp digivolved into Wargreymon. Black Wargreymon is a corrupted. Isn't there a dark Agumon and it was a corrupted Agumon? And then out of pain and anger, he warp digivolved into Black Wargreymon. I think that's how that worked. And I know I'm super nerding out right now. I apologize. But I'm getting nostalgic, so I'm remembering all of the good times. I remember almost being in tears when Agumon warp digivolved into Wargreymon. I thought he was the coolest thing ever. Oh, I thought he was so freaking cool. I thought Wargreymon, I was like, I want to be like that when I grow up. But Black Wargreymon's my absolute favorite. Especially because he was trying to fight that darkness in him. He always tried to fight it. And he couldn't win. Oh, let's see. What do we have here? Damn, I remember that game. I actually played on PS1 back then. So did I. Yeah, they had a couple of them where you could train them. Wasn't it that you could take them to a waterfall, and you could put them under the waterfall? But there was a bunch of training stuff you could do. And you could train them to where they would evolve up to their next form. I think it was trying to be like a Pokemon thing. I think. What's Digimon? Is it like a rip-off Pokemon? Kind of, but not really. I mean, it was, but it was the one that was kind of like Fortnite and PUBG. PUBG started it, but Fortnite, um, although Digimon isn't as popular as Fortnite and PUBG, but it was kind of how they're both the same thing, and they both kind of rivaled each other. Kind of like that, but Digimon never eclipsed Pokemon. Pokemon was usually still the gold standard when it comes to the owned creatures that fight kind of thing. But I liked it. I thought that Digimon was good. Oh yeah, Digimon's Evolution Blitz. Yeah, they never made sense. You could never tell what was coming. uh, yeah, Oculus. There were similar ideas. Digimon was very much all technical. Like everything took place in a digital space, and everything was named Digi, and everything had last name of Mon. So Black War Grey Mon, Were Garuru Mon, Agumon, Anjamon, Ajewomon. Mon was always in the last. So, no, it was okay. It wasn't. I didn't think it was really good, but I didn't think it was really bad. The first Digimon movie I thought was really good. I remember watching that over and over. Um, but yeah, it did have some really cool parts. And then, unfortunately, I fell out of it just like Pokemon because they kept making it more and more intense. When they were finding their Digivices, I thought that was really cool. Finding their individual crests was really cool. And the crests, when activated through a direct outward expression of whatever their crest represented, would then give their Digimon power to transform into whatever. Um, one had the crest. There was courage, the crest of friendship, the crest of serenity, the crest of love, the crest of knowledge, and I don't remember the guy who was tall, skinny, and he had blue. The blue is his main theme. Um, his his Digimon when it evolved up was like a seal or a walrus that had cannons on it. Um, the one that had the crest of serenity was like a little plant creature, and that when it warped Digivolved, it would turn into this almost like a fairy. It was actually kind of cool. Um, and then the friendship guy, that's the one that had the blue and white. It's wearing fur on top of its shoulders, and that's the one that warp digivolves into the wolf with a bunch of cannons. Agumon is the one that changes into War Greymon. His is all dinosaur themed. But yeah, it was really good. It was a fun little series. I liked it right up until they um, destroyed the Dracula guy. When they finally got rid of him, in my mind, that's where it ended. Is right there, and they end up bringing him back later on. That he was orchestrating all of this stuff, and everyone all over the world held up their digivices to entrap him. I thought that was really cool. And I actually had a digivice. I had my own digivice. I think it's out in storage. But yeah, I had my own digivice. That was really cool. I really liked that. Uh oh, are we lagging? Are we lagging? I think we're lagging. Let's see. Zarethmon? Kind of sounds like you're saying it with an accent. Zarethmon. So it does sound pretty cool. Best of luck to everyone else's day. Okay, Arthur. See you later, dude. It's okay. I'm going to be closing up before too much longer anyway. Oof, yeah, it's already been doing it for a little bit, and I need to get going because I have to get stuff done before the day is through. Got some things I gotta take care of, but anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it and had a little chill little stream sesh, and just to end your day, Got to end your day with Spyro. I like Spyro, obviously, so I collect a whole bunch of Spyro stuff. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next week I'm gonna try putting out an actual ASMR video. I haven't been doing that just for reasons. Just yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna do that again next weekend, and I hope you guys will enjoy it, and I will see you guys next time. So, oops, I'm blind. I cannot see. Here we go. Okay, bye guys.